But he was definitely feared in the neighborhood. His knuckle game was crazy. Preme pulled up to 134 one day. That's a fact. I was out there and all that. 50, the big homie on the block, he ain't on that vibe. He let a homie him back, hugged him up and rubbed his head. So yeah, Preme ain't like that. I first met 50 when I was like 14. I was like 95. I'm in junior high school and shit, 231. Me and Silky was good and shit, you know. Silky put me down with Lost Boys. So I always used to go check Silky and shit. So that Pride day, I went to 134. I went on the block for Silky. I seen this big black grilling me. I want to know what the fuck wrong with this nigga. And my boy was on me. That was 50 and shit. He was boo-boo at the time. So, you know, I ain't tripping and shit. And I had a little 2.5 on me and shit. I just rode my bike from Rosedale. I was on a pedal bike. You know what I mean? I'm a young nigga at the time, like 14 and shit. I seen this nigga grilling me and shit. Then Silky happened to come walking across the street. Boo-boo approached the nigga like, yo, who the fuck this little nigga right here? Silky was like, nah, that's Smurf. What's happening? What's good? He official. That's my boy. He good. What's going on? Because he was like, yo, I was about to slap this nigga and everybody you know. So I'm just grilling the nigga, looking in his eye and shit. So, you know, and I got my gun on my 2.5 because I had a 2.5 on me. That was Silky gun and shit, but, you know, I used to run around with the guns he had. But Silky and Boo Boo was good. You know, Silky a solid nigga from 134. He a certified nigga. So he was like, nah, that's Smurf, he good. So then he was like, all right, I was about to slap the shit out of him and everybody you know. From there, he respect my body because Silky was like, nah, that's the homie, he good, he with us. And why 50 was on it like that, because that was my first encounter meeting him. He never seen me before, like, so that was our first encounter and shit, you heard? Shout out to the big bro. From that day, me and 50 became cool. He respected my gangster. He said I was a young nigga on my shit. And the funny shit is, I had my 2.5 on me that day. I could have violated that nigga. I could have really bust shots at that nigga if I wanted to. But I already knew who he was. He just ain't know who I was. So I already had respect for Boo Boo. That was the big bro. The one thing about Boo Boo, the nigga always had a great mind. He always knew how to make shit happen. He always had a following. He always had young niggas to do whatever for him. That's a fact. I can't take none for him. But he was definitely feared in the neighborhood. His knuckle game was crazy. My block 134, we like a Harlem block. We like 3 blocks in one. We the biggest block on 134, the longest strip. You know, we got all the best food, fast sneaker stores up there, the best barber shops, the liquor store, like the best laundromat, dry cleaners, soul food restaurant. Our block was the littest block on motherfucking God Brewer. So like a lot of people used to come through there, celebrities and everything, so our block was always popping. My hood is structured like this. From 134, you got the Lost Boys. Then you got BTB. That's behind the boulevard. I used to be Rough Hands, and I used to be like Tony Ye on all of them. But he was marvelous at the time. 50 and all of them from back there. That's 160 and all that. And then we had niggas from Rockaway, like Mikey Dawn. He used to be from Rockaway. That's his block. Niggas from the back blocks. Yeah, Rochdale. So like everything used to be structured together. We all used to be one. When it come to 134, we all one. When it come to each other, we all one, regardless of what. You dig? So we had something called 134 All-Stars out there. And that was all of us together. The whole Lost Boys, BTB, 160, Boo Boo, 50, everybody. So Rochdale, Circle 5. So we had the 134 All-Stars. So that brought the whole hood together. You dig? The whole block 134 together. It wasn't no gang or no crew. All the G's together, the whole hood together. That's facts. Preme pulled up to 134 one day. That's a fact. I was out there and all that. My spot was positioned at the phone booth. We had a phone booth right there in front of the barbershop on 134. That was my position. You know, I sell all my drugs right there. I don't move from that spot. Yeah, but Preme did definitely come up to the block to check 50 because 50 was giving trouble. Because he was on Ja Rule's neck. Well, he was on everybody's neck because he had a rob drop. 50 was robbing the whole industry, pressing the whole industry on that kind of vibe and the music vibe was shit, you right? So a lot of niggas ain't really appreciate that. And we dropped a video called Murder, We Don't Believe You, Your Life's on the Line. So at that time, you know, 50 fucking job. Crazy, like we all in there. select a few from 134, them Brooklyn niggas in there, them 551 niggas in there. So we had dropped that video and shit, so Preme ain't like that shit. You know, so he pulled up to the strip and tried to like talk to 50, but the way he pulled up on the strip, he tried to play him like a youngin', like grab him, hug him up and rub his head. At the time, like the whole strip outside, you know, 50 the big homie on the block, he ain't on that vibe. He let a homie him back, hugged him up and rubbed his head. So yeah, Preme ain't like that shit. And you know, I ain't lying, that's the time Preme had the green Range Rover and shit, you know what I mean? And that's a fact. That's what really happened with 50 and Preme that day on 134. Like, Preme came to talk to the nigga, but the way he approached the nigga, like he was big homie type shit on some playful type vibe. Now, I know disrespectful type vibe, but 50 wasn't on that playtime or none of that type of time. So he shrugged him off and, you know, did the same thing he did to him. Rubbed his head, nigga, what's happening, nigga? We outside. You ain't see all my young niggas out here? Yeah. My generation wasn't scared of Preme like me, Root Boy, like the younger generation wasn't scared of Preme. Remember, they 20 years older than us. We don't give a fuck what they did in the 80s. I was born in the 80s, so. But my older heads from my hood did have a fear of Preme. If you notice, when 50 started G-Unit, you notice it was only young boys around us. It wasn't none of the old heads. So 50 actually distanced himself from the old heads because he believed they wasn't built for this kind of vibe he was on because they had a certain fear for Preme. We ain't give a fuck about that reputation, nigga. I was on 134 today, 50 got hit. That shit was like 2000, right? May, we out there hustling and shit. But for some reason all day, on the block, in the area, shots was just ringing off. All day, like from morning all day, shots ringing off, different shots ringing off. So when 50 got shot and we heard them shots ring off, we ain't really think nothing of it because that's a common thing in our hood, hearing shots all day. But when we did get the word like, yo, 50 got hit, 50 got shot up, we was like, word, how'd that happen? We on 134 hustling, everybody on the block hustling. So when we heard the shots, we ain't think nothing of it because that's a common thing in the hood. But then when we get the call, you know, back then, we don't got no social media, none of that. Is a cell phone, a nigga call you letting you know what happened. So when we know what happened, we like, damn, Fifth got hit. So from there, it was me and Root Boy that went to the back block. Me and Root Boy was just spinning on anything. Nigga ain't have to tell us to spin, no ifs, ands, and buts. Because that's the big bro from the hood. That's how I used to look up to him. Can't violate the hood. And then Freaky Ty just died a year before that. So we was still mourning off of that death. But yeah, but when Fifth got hit, me and Rude Boy was spinning on anything after that. Facts. The night me and 50 I linked back up, I was in front of the barber shop. That was like in November 2000. He now recuperating, coming back. So I'm in front of the barber shop hustling. I was happy to see the bro, to see him back on his feet creeping. He came through the back of the alley, through the barber shop. He seen me out there dolo getting to the money. He came out there, gave me a big hug. I hugged him. I noticed he had 2 guns on him on a vest. I said, yo, bro, I love you, man. Glad to see you. He was, yeah, what's going on out here? He was like, is money out here? I'm like, man, this shit's slowing up out here, bro. Then he was like, all right, man, I'm going to come back next week, man. I'm going to talk to you. I need to holler you. And he was a man of his word. He came back the next week, picked me up. We went for a spin. The following week, we went back to PA. And that's when we started the G-Unit.